49, 50. Ready or not? Can I count? Out, Marsh. Out. Vaishali, out. Vedika, out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One player is missing. Who's that? Why should you look everywhere? Vedika? Where's Chetana? Right, where's Chetana? Under the cars. Auntie's house. Behind that building. 45 minutes. Where is Chetana? I give up. I'm going home. See you. I'm going home. Still, where is Chetana? Well, there is a giggle. A laughter. You look everywhere except under the mango tree, behind the mango tree, beside the mango tree, but not above, on top, because Chetana had climbed the mango tree and that is where she was hiding. Vansh never knew. Vedika never knew the trick of climbing trees. Only Chetana knew. Well, this game evolved because that became Chetana's favorite game. The following year, they innovated on this game and they decided to play the game Chor Police. Now, there would be just two notorious criminals. Criminal number 1, Vansh Desai. Criminal number 2, Chetana Tisha Lobo. Most wanted criminal. The rest, 9 of them, are lazy Indian policemen who just knock their bantings around and don't do anything. Now, the game would begin at 5 o'clock sharp. And thieves had to hide. Not anywhere. In a car, above the roof of someone's house, in the cow shed, in the park, or even what notorious criminal 2 Chetana would do is climb the building, jump the complex wall, and she would hide in the next street, that is Brigade. Simple. And the policemen would search from 5 to 7 and finally go home, and Chetana would have chat and Bel Puri and come home. Now, one such day, when she was playing this game called Chor Police, she happened to find a car door open. That means a wise driver had left the key in the car and he had not locked the car. So she managed to open, and she, as tiny as she is, managed to hide like a tiny little kitten in the dicky of the car or the back end of the car. The driver did not notice that there was a little kitten called Chetana hiding there. And he drove the car. It so happened that she fell asleep, only to wake up at 8 in the morning somewhere close to Malaysia and create a panic attack in the middle of Malaysia. Until he was panicked, she was panicked, panicked her parents, panicked her aunt, panicked her poor old grandmother, and then she reached home at 10 o'clock and peacefully sleeps. Everyone else had a panic attack. But this game would not stop. Each year, it kept getting innovative, the game of hide and seek. Somewhere it had to stop because she would hide, and at some time she would hide in such places that people couldn't find her. Till the age of 16. She would hide in cupboards. When her mum would part the saris of the cupboard, she would see her daughter smile at her. She would hide in the kitchen cabin, removing all the utensils out of the cabin. She could hide under a divan, and her friends were fed up. Finally, they gave up playing hide and seek with her. But only Vansh loved the game because he loved her innovative ideas. And they also had something called code word game, where they would show tiny actions and only the two of them knew what it meant. Like this, like half break. Only both of them would interpret, and the rest would get confused. Only the two of them knew the secret hideouts. But yet, the game would get difficult. Even if Chetana would play the game of the demo, she would still manage to catch everyone and would be safe and would love to hide. At one time, she managed to hide her sister in such a place that her sister's head got caught between the staircase and she couldn't come out. So her parents decided that this had to end. So they tried taking her to various doctors or counselors who tried to convince her on the dangers of hide and seek. It never happened. But on November 14th, in the year 2008, this particular change in hide and seek took place. That day was Chetana's best friend's birthday, Varsha's birthday. Varsha was born on Children's Day, November 14th. So they all decided to play hide and seek in Varsha's house. So all of them hid in various places. As usual, Chetana was good to hide, and she also has the knack of hiding under things and lifting herself above the ground. So if she's hiding under a bed, you will not know that she's hiding under a bed because she had the potential to stick like a lizard onto the top of the bed. And if you look down, you will not find her unless you're very smart at identifying shadows. It so happened that she was hiding in such a tiny nook, like a tiny mouse, and her friend never noticed, and she turned off the light and she locked the room. And Varsha went. All her friends went. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Chetana was nowhere to be seen. Little did they know that Chetana was afraid of the dark. She has phobia and she's so frightened of the dark that she can get a panic attack in a closed room or anywhere where it's potentially dark, even today. So they looked for her everywhere except for that room where they locked her. Within 10 minutes of Chetana trying to get out of that room and finding it dark, she panicked. She tried to knock on the door, but then at that point of time she was so scared that even her hands and legs didn't reach the door to knock on. And finally, at that point, she gave up. Out of panic, she dropped into cold sweat and she fainted. The next day, they found Chetana in a serious condition and they had to admit her in the hospital. That was the day when hide and seek actually stopped because it harmed her. But then nevertheless, Chetana never grew up. And she still hides from her mom, she still hides from her grandmother, from her sister after stealing certain accessories that are made very special to her sister. She does hide. And at one point, she really hides from herself, which is very dangerous. So, at the end of this entire horrifying story, if ever you cannot find me, always find the most atrocious or the things, those hiding places that you can never think of. And that's where you will find this tiny little mouse named Chetana. Thank you.